Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Last Class Podcast, episode 61 with your co-host Pablo.
And Matthew.
Today we have a wonderful guest.
Hi, I'm Kaysaja. I'm a content creator and I major in psychology.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. I love that.
That's interesting.
Heck yeah. All right. So I have a few questions for you. All right. Let's just get this started. First off, how is your day going so far?
Pretty good. Productive, actually. Very productive. Did some studying.
Okay. Nice.
Panic studying for a test. So
Okay. When's your test?
Monday.
Oh,
next week.
Good luck.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
for the psychology class, right?
Yes.
Ooh. What class is it?
Lifespan development.
Ooh.
What's very tricky about it?
Everything.
Oh,
Like-
yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So what got you into like coming to school for psychology?
Well, at first it was going to be neurology.
Oh.
But then the amount of school it takes to actually do anything productive with that, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So we went to psychology. I noticed from myself that I don't communicate well with people, but I like to study them for that reason, if that makes sense. I think studying psychology helps me understand more about other people and just myself in general, being able to communicate better, talk to people better. And I love business. I love marketing, so that's kind of where I want to apply it. I want to go into business. I want to do consumer psychology, marketing analysis, and all that. I just think it's being able to see what makes people tick, like when they buy things, like, because people are naturally emotional shoppers. So I just
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I like to see what makes people take in all these trends and stuff that you see going on.
Yeah, I mean, like there's certain things like colors that attract people more,
Color
like
psychology,
red, yellow, like sometimes white and whatnot. And like that's what happens with Apple. Like McDonald's is red and yellow.
Yeah, they all know what they're doing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
is just marketing, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I actually find it so interesting that they're tapping into our actual brains. And they're just like, oh, yeah, we're going to get you guys in.
It's
We're
consistent every time, too. Like, they know, and
Yeah.
they do it every time, and it works
They
every
know.
time.
Yeah,
No,
the way they
for real.
control is it's kind of creepy, but at the same time, that's what they have to do to, get that ching.
Yeah. It's
For
like
sure,
you
man.
get mad at it, but then you're like, it's kind of smart, though, so I can't even be
Yeah.
mad type
Yeah.
thing.
It's just
Like,
like,
don't
damn,
act.
you got me.
Yeah. You just have to accept your fate.
Oh, for sure. So, like, what keeps you motivated throughout this, like, your education?
I think the most is my family, my mother. I want to help her out a lot because just give back. She's done everything for us.
For sure.
And I want to make sure that I give back, not only financially, but just in every aspect of she's given me so much to pursue this education. So now I need to make something of it, on her
course.
behalf
Right.
to, make her proud and help her out. So that's definitely one of my biggest motivators.
That's amazing.
It's a great answer.
Yeah, 100%.
It's an awesome answer.
There's a lot of people that actually do that for their family because they put so much into them. It's just like, no, I have to give back. I have to show them what they invested in that aspect.
I can't let it go to waste.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Sadly, some people do let it go to waste. It's just like,
Yeah, sadly.
it's like, what can you do? I have a few people that I know that actually just let it go to waste. It's like they went to school and your parents paid for you, and you're just you're over here like working a random job, a 9 to 5, and has nothing to do with your degree, and you're not having fun doing it. Like, what is wrong with you?
I can't do that. I get guilty way too easily. If I did that, I feel like I'd never be able to sleep at night.
Oh my gosh.
Guilt. The guilt's real.
Yeah, man.
As a content creator, do you think school is important to be successful?
No.
Oh.
Interestingly enough, no. As much as I'm an avid scholar and I love academics, I love college.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you don't like college, don't go to college. If academics is not your thing, do not go to school. I think there are so many different ways that you can push yourself further in life that isn't only a college degree. The issue is that people get information and they're not applying it correctly. You can learn skills from anywhere. You can go to college. It keeps you more disciplined. Or you can go to a trade school, community college. You can take online courses. You could just learn things on your own, like learn a whole new language with free apps on the internet. At the end of the day, it's how you apply that information. It's how you apply that knowledge. You could have a million degrees, but if you don't know how to use it and where to go to use it, it's kind of useless type thing. So as much as I love college, I thrive in an environment like this. But for other people, if you don't do it. Take all the other routes you can take to get information and figure out where you can apply it.
Wow, that's well said.
Yeah, I mean, I like that point because honestly, so what you're saying is like you don't think that school is important for the people that like that. Sorry, do you think school is important for the people that need it to be successful?
that needed to be well, it depends on if you're the type of person who needs it. I don't think people inherently need college. It just depends on you as a person.
Gotcha.
Like me, I love college. So I'm here and I want to be here and I feel like I need to do this in order to feel motivated. Other people, they don't.
They're just like, oh, I don't really need that.
Yeah, and it's like, so don't go. Don't waste your money. This isn't high school. Like, you're paying for this. This is taking up so much time, so much resources.
Yeah.
Don't come here and mess around, spend a whole bunch of money for you not to use it. Go find a skill somewhere else and apply it somewhere else.
Okay.
That's true. What if you're living off of someone else's dream, though? What if you're forced to come to college?
That is a difficult thing. I know there's a lot of family expectation sometimes, like first generation students, they kind of have a lot of pressure. For people like that, I mean, I have no right to tell them not to listen to their parents, not to do it. I understand like that type of pressure can definitely make you feel condemned to do it. But I think it's the same thing. It's whatever you're going for, at the end of the day, you apply that skill. So if you're going to be like, I don't know, a nursing major or something like that, or a psychology major like me, a lot of people, when they hear psychology, they think therapy, like instantaneously. That's the first thing they think of. There are so many ways you can apply psychology, like business and marketing. My cognitive psychology professor also said he had a student who studied psychology and ended up being a dog trainer. And making money off of that. And exactly, you don't think about that. That's not the first thing that you think about. But it's like, that's what it is. Dog training is just cognitive psychology. So just figure out what it is, like different pathways you can take. You don't have to take the conventional route. There are so many different ways you can apply that knowledge.
Right there. Like you were saying, like that's where it goes. Like, you just have to learn how to apply it.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
That's really cool, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like the fact to have a degree is just because of its credibility.
Yes. And I mean, there are studies, that show that like having a degree helps you get higher paying jobs. But like I said, at the end of the day, if I were to get my psychology degree, but I still barely remember anything that I learned in college, what use is it? Like, it's just there and it's just, hey, you got a degree in psychology. But it's like, I don't remember anything I learned. So what's the point? There are so many people in tech who've never gotten like a professional certification or a degree in tech, but they're really good at coding or something like that. So they get good paying jobs in coding. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's all application.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing. I really like what you were talking about there. So pretty much, so I just want to know, so when it comes to your content creation, like the process, it typically, like what does it typically look like? If you don't mind going into that a little bit.
So it's the first ideas. It just depends on whatever I see on the internet
that day.
Gotcha. The things that I see on the internet, I have a book that I just scribble all my ideas down in. So having the idea, depending on wherever I get it, sometimes I even get it while I'm in school, psychology class and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then it's the script writing, which is probably my favorite part because I just like writing. Writing is kind of my thing. So
I need help with my essays. I know who to go to.
You're going to have to pay me, though.
So
I like that. Okay, that's great. That's great.
Look, all right, we all broke out here. No, I got to make money some way.
No, I'm going to the little center they got right here for us.
No. You just come to me. I'll get it done for you. Just got to pay me like, $100 an hour. You know how it is.
Oh wait.
You better be running fast.
You better be writing fast.
So I write my scripts. I like to do it in like a storyline because I also love creative writing. So do my kind of storyline, write my script or whatever, add a skit in here and there, whatever it is. Then it's the filming process, which is ironically my least favorite part of the entire thing.
Really?
I don't know. It's like sitting in front of the camera talking is like, it's come natural to me as I've done it over time, but I just prefer to like do the writing and have somebody else be in the camera view sometimes. I don't know, but I film it, and oh my goodness, the way that I film, my footage will be like an hour and a half long, and I'll cut it down to a 20-minute video because majority of the video is just me staring off into space, wondering how I'm gonna say stuff next, repeating things over and over again because I can't deliver it correctly. That's why I hate the filming process. It's just like I feel like I can't deliver lines correctly, but whatever. Do that, and then I edit everything on my phone. Actually, I tried doing it on a laptop. It's just not my thing. For some reason, I don't know. I also like the convenience of being able to do it anywhere, not having to carry on my bulky, laptop. So I edit it on my phone. I do everything on my phone. Edit it, I upload it, I do the description, everything pretty much on my phone, and it goes up.
That's
So
pretty good.
That just shows you guys all you need is a phone.
that's all you need.
You just need a phone. You see one of these, that's it.
That's all you need. That's all you need, really.
Editing software, camera,
It's everything.
everything.
So many free softwares. I use InShot. I did pay for the premium version. It was only $6 for the entire year, actually, though. So, but I've been using the free version for the longest time, and it's gotten me where it needed to go. So,
Repeat that, please. What
Yeah, let them know.
InShot.
InShot.
InShot, yes.
Yeah.
It's like a reddish orange background with a camera lens on
Uh-huh.
it. But yeah, the free version works great. I've been using it for the longest time, and it does the job.
What's the difference between the premium and the free?
You get a lot more filters. You get some features that are like AI cuts. Basically, it'll like cut out all the filler words for you, so you don't have to worry about doing that. Subtitles sometimes if I ever need that, and you just basically get a lot more of the detailed features.
Okay, we get it.
The big idea stuff. You get that for free.
Yeah,
Perfect,
We were
you
looking
know?
for something free because since TikTok is in a iffy position, it's taking CapCut with it, right?
Yeah.
Right, I heard that. Why?
I had some videos there. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, it took us a while to upload some clips for our podcast because CapCut wasn't in the right area
Because they're linked.
yeah, they're linked. So
A lot of content creators use CapCut for TikTok. and
I heard
whatnot.
that too. I didn't know they were linked. I thought they would just like go hand in hand with
that's
each other.
what I
I didn't know
thought
they're
too.
actually. Dang, that's crazy. InShot for
InShot.
anybody who was
Sounds
using
good.
CapCut and can't use it anymore.
Guys,
Yeah.
we might be going in there. Okay, it might be a little something we might move to.
yeah, honestly,
Yeah, we just gotta test it out though. It's all right.
Yeah.
So when you come up with ideas, so you're saying you just like go off of just what you think about, and then just things you just find on YouTube.
Most of the time, it is centered around psychology because that's
Okay, that's
like I
great.
try to base a lot of my videos around psychological processes because I love it and that's what I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take a root, video theme or idea and then go into the psychological of it and make a video about it. And I think that's
Gotcha.
kind of like my brand, I guess you could say, just so I'm not repeating the same things that are going on, on the internet. Because there's so many videos that people make about certain topics, and it's like nobody wants to hear the same thing a million times over and over again.
yeah.
So I got to figure out a way to bring something new to the conversation. And normally, when it's centered around psychology, I don't see a lot of people doing that. So I enjoy to fill that space.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
You
good.
have the more like free reign in that aspect,
yeah, it makes you like the one, like some of the rare only people that are doing like the one niche you're doing. Only you are doing that. Well, not only, but
Yeah, but
It's not oversaturated.
it's not oversaturated like the other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's amazing, to be honest. So like, okay, if you don't mind saying, what has been your favorite video, the favorite one that you created, or that you're about to create?
Well, you don't know if you want to spoil it. So once you've created,
I think
Right.
it's the video. I did a video talking about the Stanley Cup. You guys know like the Stanley
like
Cup,
they
right?
blew up?
hockey,
No,
the Stanley Cup.
that's
Wait,
what?
what?
Everybody says. No, I'm talking about the huge cups with the straw, the ones that people were fighting over in February
Like
of
the
last
big aluminum,
year.
like the
Yeah,
okay.
those.
Not,
Yes.
not those.
The drinking cup,
Oh, the Stanley Cup.
the Stanley drinking.
You were talking
cup.
about like
The hockey-
He was talking about hockey.
Oh.
That's what everybody says. So many people in the comments of that video.
I'm
was like,
sorry.
cut,
I'm sorry.
cut,
I watch
cut.
sports.
No, it's okay because a lot of people didn't know either. But the Stanley Cup, they're like the huge people. They're still popular, but they were really big last year, especially in February. If you've seen on TikTok and YouTube, people were fighting. And yes, people were fighting in the stores for these cups because it was pink. It was like a Valentine's Day edition cup. So right after that, they dropped a new cup. It was blue. It was like this baby blue for spring. Nothing. Crickets. Like nobody seemed to care
Really?
about the cups at all. And no one was talking about it. It was just
It's
this
a
one
trend.
YouTuber who goes over TikTok trends, and she brought it to my attention. Her name is Halo Haley. She brought it to my attention, and I was like, yo, why is no one talking about this? Like, they were the biggest craze like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. It wasn't even that long ago, and suddenly nobody cares about them. So I made a video about it, going into marketing and consumer psychology and why I think the pink cups did better and the blue ones did not. That one is actually the one that got me monetized, that video.
Oh,
And it's crazy because I didn't think anyone was actually going to like it. In the editing process, I was looking at this and I was like, bro, nobody's going to care to hear me yap for like 20 minutes. They cared to hear me yap for 20 minutes. A lot of like that one blew up, and it ended up getting monetized. So that one was my favorite because I genuinely enjoy doing the research for that because I love marketing. So that one probably is one of my favorites of all time.
Okay.
Congratulations.
That's amazing.
Yes,
Yo,
thank
oh my
you.
gosh, awesome.
Honestly,
Jeez.
a lot of people when they doubt on the thing they're about to put out, and it results on their biggest thing. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it just goes to show like you never know what people want, so just post, just
Yeah,
put
just
it up
do
there.
it.
Things blow up for no reason. Just do it and see what happens.
Yeah, it has to be, PG, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just let make sure you blow up. All right.
At this point.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you stay motivated and consistent during the content creation process and just in general, especially on the days that you feel like uninspired and you just don't want to be here? Yeah. Because those days happen a lot.
A lot. Yeah, I just got through one of those days.
At least you got through it.
Yeah, I don't have a specific system. I just if I feel like it, then I'll just again surf the internet, go on YouTube, see what's up.
Okay.
And if I find anything that is interesting for me, then I'll talk about it. If not, then if not. Like I'm not gonna force myself to do anything. If I'm in a slump and I can't think of anything actually productive or anything to bring to the table as far as a new conversation, I just won't do it. So.
Oh,
That's
okay.
pretty good. You just create the content you want to put out and not be forced to.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can't rush art, right?
Yeah, it's like you don't want to just put anything out there. Like I feel like I got to put some effort. I got to take some type of time. So
Yeah, for sure.
So how long do the editing process take? You know what I mean? Like how long does that whole, let's say editing and then the shooting, the whole process, like everything, making a video? You can give a range.
script writing takes about a day, like a couple hours in the day, depending on what the topic is. The filming process takes about an hour and a half, and the editing process takes like 2 days. If I grind, that is. If not, it'll take me like a whole week. But that's just because I'm doing like bits by bits.
Okay.
If I sit for like a good 4 hours a day,
Like
I can get it. Yeah, I can get it through because
Yeah.
mine are video essays. So it's like I have to get so many clips, so many articles, research and stuff like that. So it takes a little bit longer.
Gotcha.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Wow.
Are you the type of creator to put quality over quantity or quantity over quality?
So it depends. I want quantity over quality. Like I was saying earlier, like if I don't feel like it, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to put anything out. But also, and I've been seeing this myself, consistency does matter. Like especially as a smaller creator, if you're posting consistently, they push out your content more. It's like if you're a big creator, you can post like once every 3 months and you're good. You will still get that same, like Corey Kenson, he just came back from a hiatus.
Oh, yeah.
And like within 5 hours, I think his video got 1 million views. He's set. He can post like never post once, disappear again. He'll be fine. But
Back in a year, it gets 10 minutes. Like, yo.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like smaller creators, though, you can't do that because nobody cares who you are. So it's like you got to keep pushing out content.
Make them care.
Yeah. So when it comes to you get a little pressured to put more content out there.
Okay.
So normally, if I'm doing like a big video, like one that I am passionate about, one that I really like, I will take my time with that. I'll take like a week or 2 off to post that. If I get an idea, like I see something I very quickly want to talk about, I'll go ahead and put it out there, even if it's not one that I feel like will do well or not. It doesn't matter. It's just so the fact that I'm putting something out there, so I'm somewhat consistent, so the algorithm still knows I'm alive. And so
She's still moving things. Okay,
they don't
okay,
suppress
we'll
me,
put it out.
and I'll put it out there. Like I said, I don't want anything that's like crappy, but it's nothing really intense like the intense research that I put in a lot of my other videos. So.
Yeah.
It just depends.
To be consistent. Just put it there to I'm here.
Yeah, just so
All
the
right,
algorithm knows that I'm there.
I got you.
Yeah.
So when you first started, like with the algorithm and whatnot, what did you have? Like, what were your thoughts going into it first? Like when you first started?
I didn't understand it. I still don't understand it.
Oh, okay.
But all I know,
right.
I know is
Okay, sounds good.
consistency and F around and find out. Just
you go.
post it and see. Because some of the videos that I think are going to do well don't. And as I said earlier, the Stanley Cup video, I didn't think that was going to do well and it blew up. So I don't even know at this point. I just post and I see what happens and I just work on the next one. I don't have time to dwell.
I mean, honestly, that's perfect. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of just going into it. Just keep your head up and keep moving.
Yeah, and then I see what works, and then I know that works, and it's like great. probably do it again. That's how I work.
That might be the hardest thing as a content creator, the algorithm, how to really get past it. Because there'll be days we post, we get 1,000, 10,000. There's days we get like 16.
Yeah, it's like, I don't get it. It's like, how? That doesn't make any sense. And there are people who are like, how to crack the algorithm.
Yeah, on YouTube, I'm just like, dude.
It don't work.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work.
Because I think it was Mr. Beast, right? It was him who said, listen.
Let's get into it.
Listen,
We're calling you out, Mr. No, I'm just kidding.
No. The thing is, right, he's under some fire right now. But he did say one thing. He said the algorithm is people. Like, it's just people on the internet. So they're unpredictable. You don't always know what they want. So you can't, it's hard to crack the algorithm because you could have a video with like potato level quality, camera quality, and it'll blow up. Like, you guys seen those videos, right? Those random like 5-minute videos from years ago, like, and it just pops up and gets 12 million views. I'm like, how? Why? What's the reason? So it just, you never know.
Now, do you think because you're kind of based off of psychology, like research, and that's what your videos kind of have to do with, and they're based off of, do you think that kind of cracks into the certain demographic that you choose, and it cracks into their brain, and that's why you get certain better content?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
You know,
that's a good question.
Yeah,
that is a good question. I don't know.
Big things, yeah.
I noticed like there are certain videos that do really well. They're normally when it comes to the psychological videos. So I definitely do think, and because that's a lot of the type of content that I watch, it definitely draws in that type of crowd, and they enjoy seeing that type of stuff from me. So I definitely think so. Yeah.
Okay. No, I just thought about that because if you think about it, like you're talking about, you're not messing with people's mind, but you're reading, like you're studying what they're thinking, right? So if you think, yeah, exactly. In that aspect, you're doing sociology and psychology.
Yes.
Okay, so, and what is the study of psychology? What is psychology?
The study of behavior in cognitive processes, not just in humans.
Right, and then psychology.
Wait,
I said sociology.
Sociology. No. Sociology is the study of like human behavior in an environment,
right?
Like, affected from other people around. Psychology would be like the study of cognitive processes and human behavior.
Right, and they go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Because I took a basic 101 class in here, and I loved the sociology part of it. The sociology aspect of it, I enjoyed so much because I actually like seeing how people react. Because I like reading people. It's kind of easy to read people in the sense, like, without taking the class. It's just like, I don't know, it's just something you pick up. And like when you read people, like, they seem a little off. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And you just start trying to predict what it could be, and you don't want to, judge or guess because you don't know them.
Yeah, not for sure. But whenever you talk about psychology, that's the first thing people normally think about too. It's therapy, and it's, you're trying to read my mind. And like before, I used to kind of cringe at that. It's like, that's not the only thing. But when you really get down to it, it's like you are trying to predict a pattern. So I guess it kind of is mind reading when you really think about it. So
you think about it, you don't really need the superpower because you already have it. But yeah, so I actually really love that part. I love like just studying the mind and brain. But honestly, I was either going to go into that, but I just know this schooling is just a lot. So I was just, let me just do marketing. You know what I mean? I was just like, what, I know it's a lot, and it's a lot of essays. It's a lot of studying the mind. I actually I talk to a lot of people that have to do with psychology, and I'm just like, huh. And then they ask me questions. I'm like, you're trying to. I know the questions they're trying to ask me, and I'm just like, y'all trying to get into my head. This is funny. I'm like, okay, like why not? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I usually ask them like, what did you understand? Like, what did you perceive from my answers and what I said to you? And then they would give me a few lists of things. They're like, you're really like this and that. You're really open and you don't really give up. I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't.
I'm like, I don't. Okay, yeah, right. And that's what I want you to think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, but it's just I really like that aspect.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how you're doing content and you have that, because you can literally blow minds.
Yeah, I mean that's what I try to do anyways. So
that's Stanley Cup.
We're trying to get there. So. Yeah, I mean that still surprised me to this day, and I try to focus a lot of my content around like marketing, consumer psychology. So it's pretty fun.
That's really good though. So when it comes to your content creation, what was the biggest challenges you faced, like in general?
Trying not to be too obsessed with it being cringe or perfect, especially in the very beginning. I think you look at stuff and you're like, oh, this is so, like, nobody's going to watch this, or, oh, this is so cringe, or, oh, why do I sound like that? Right. And I still get like that sometimes. But that just causes procrastination. It's just like, no, I can't post it because this is too embarrassing. It's just like, just post a video. Just do it. Like, whatever. You're a small creator. No one's going to care. Like, look at the biggest creators right now. Go back years to like their first few videos. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like we're all gonna cringe at it. That's gonna happen. That's the inevitable. Just do it. Don't get too caught up with that.
So you overcame it by just saying just do it. Like, why
just
not?
be you.
Basically, yeah. Okay. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just
don't think too much.
Like Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. It's not sponsored not yet, but you know what I'm saying. Hopefully,
not yet.
Come on now.
Nike.
Hopefully, hey Nikki,
Hey,
come on.
come on.
Like, we're trying to make something happen, man.
Trying to see some swooshes in there.
Come on. Hey, checks over stripes, man.
We'll see. I mean, biggest
you
check.
don't wanna,
biggest check is the winner.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course.
You don't want to put anybody else down.
Oh, right, for sure. But it's okay.
So have there been any moments like throughout your content creation that you just were like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to quit?
Yeah. I had, this is my second channel. My first channel that happened.
Okay. Really?
It was a crafting channel. That was originally what I wanted to do from I've always wanted to do YouTube for like the longest time since I was like 10, maybe even before that. And it was always a crafting channel. That's what I want to do. I want to do like DIY and that type of stuff.
Okay.
I ended up doing it. And I can't remember what happened one day. I was very upset about something. And I went to my channel, like analytics, and I sat there and looked. And I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I just got very pessimistic and I deleted the entire thing.
Oh my God. I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, no, I deleted the entire channel, all the videos. I was like, I'm never doing this again. And here I am, like a few years later doing it again. So there definitely was a time. And I mean, there's times right now too, at least in the very beginning. I don't feel as much of that now. But definitely in the very beginning, you're always in that stages of like, why am I doing this? Like, this is so embarrassing.
But I mean, you learn from your experiences, you know what I mean?
You do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's really good. You learn.
I only ended up starting getting to video essays very recently. It was DIY the whole time, and it wasn't until now I was like, maybe I should try something different. Maybe I should do something else. And this is what I found I'm good at. So
and it's been going really good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great.
What made you want to come back?
I couldn't get away from it. Like, I just wanted to do it again. I told myself, like, maybe I should just try it again. Because the thing is, I don't commit to something unless I really, really want to do it. Like, I will always, even if I quit, I'll come back to it. And that's how I'll know myself, like, okay, this is something I really want to do. If I don't care enough, I'll quit and I'll just never try it again. Gotcha. But if I actually want to do it, like instrument learning, I want to learn to play the violin. I stopped a while ago. I quit. And I'm getting that urge again. I'm like, I gotta pick it back up. And it's like when you feel like you have to. Like, it's a calling. You can't just not do it.
It's a part of you now, right?
Yeah, yeah. So that's how I felt with the channel.
I can feel sometimes the same. There was a time where I used to do skits. And I genuinely, it would get its views. I won't hold you. But at the time, I'm like, oh no, I look ridiculous. My kids are gonna come over here and look at my stuff. At first, I actually privated the videos first. I didn't delete them straight away, but I privated them. And I'm like, wait, if these are not going to be up, there's no point in having them. Deleted them. And then look at me, now I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah, it's like you come back, you're reborn as a different person. Before it was skits definitely. And now it's podcasts. So.
I mean, it's good though, because at the end of the day, like, this kind of happened, like, you had a little one take and you guys just wanted to see what your niche was.
Yeah.
And then after that, you were just like, nah, it's not that. And then you try something new and it turns out it's been going well for both of you guys.
Yeah, sometimes it's not amazing. The whole thing, like the whole entire operation. It's just like a certain part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you can say, like, the biggest mistake you've had in your whole content creation journey and others can learn from, what would that be?
Ooh, mistake. Sloppiness. Yeah. Okay. I have a bunch of privated videos. Like, if you go on my private videos, I have a bunch of them privated because I didn't like the way I executed it as a video essays or what a commentary channel, whatever you want to call me. When you say certain things or do certain things in the research that I do, sometimes it just, I miss certain things or I say stuff that I didn't really execute correctly, and I'll private those videos. And I think I don't want to profit, because some of my best videos were actually videos I think were very sloppy, and I privated them because I don't know, it just didn't feel right to profit off of something that I didn't put my 100% in. So
I like that you're very authentic. You don't like,
I try to be anyways, like, and I'm planning on redoing one of those videos to try and take more time, do better research and stuff like that. So definitely sloppiness, definitely just putting stuff out there, saying stuff, misinformation or just whatever it was, and recognizing that you need to be a little more thorough with the stuff that I do the first time.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
So what you're saying is like still post it, but make sure it has you're at a certain like quality rating that it has to be at before you post it.
Yeah,
correctly. Okay.
Especially for what I do, like video essays. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of research. I don't need to be putting stuff out there, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking complete nonsense. Like little mistakes, that's fine. But just big, outrageous claims that make no sense. Like I can't do that.
Can't back it up with no info.
Yeah, it's like you can't just throw stuff out there. So
That's a big way to get roasted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's what I want to avoid. So
yeah, it's not nice.
Yeah, take a little bit more time.
But you know what haters do, right?
Hey.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. I've heard this thing pretty much. It was like, listen, if you're doing something and you're not receiving any hate or any discomfort, then you're doing something bad.
You're doing it wrong.
That's a
You're
good
doing
point.
it wrong. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Yeah, but I think being self-critical is always okay too.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that one for sure.
For sure.
So how do you handle the creative burnout? You know what I mean?
More YouTube videos. I just watch more YouTube videos. I'll watch anime. I get a lot of my inspiration from
What anime do you watch?
dementia, psychological thrillers, mystery, detective, like that realm. So they're normally really complex. So that's kind of where I take a lot of my inspiration from those two,
really
like
cool.
the philosophical style videos. I definitely want to go more into those. But yeah, I watch things, or I'll take stuff from my classes and I'll apply it to a real world circumstance and then make a video off of that.
There it goes again, guys. Application.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's all application.
Yeah.
I don't even have my degree yet, and I'm able to use all of my psychological understanding and everything I'm learning in college with YouTube.
And you take all of those steps to stay motivated and whatnot.
Yes.
That's amazing, you guys. You see discipline and literally just locking in and just keeping your head up the whole time, man.
Yeah, it's definitely possible without the paper. I'm being honest.
I mean,
I feel like sometimes people make it out without it. So, I mean, if you don't want to go to college, bro, just do what you want. And don't live anybody else's dreams. Just live yours.
exactly.
Okay. So, whoa, what is this? Sorry, my stuff is delayed.
Sorry.
What do you think is the next big trend coming up in content creation?
Oh, big trend. That's a good question. Let's see. What have I been seeing along the internet? Video essays do really well. I think commentary does really well. But more of, I think I definitely see more reactionary stuff in
really?
the future. Yeah, for better or for worse, that's up for debate. But I think reacting to things like TikTok, definitely. TikTok is like...
For now.
For now, yeah, until whatever happens with it gets situated. Yeah. But I see a lot of reactionary content because I think it's a little bit easier than doing like a video essay and having to do so much research, but you still get to, give your opinion on certain things. So it's not, I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's also not too time consuming. It's like you just sit there and give your raw input based on what you see. And I think that's really fun because people like to, say what they think about things. People like to share their opinions. Yeah. So I definitely see that getting popular.
It's better to do it raw though, because some people watch it first, then do it, and it's not the same.
Dude,
yeah, it's like give the authentic right then and there.
First time, first take, one take.
And at the end of the day, you can still edit the take. You know what I mean? If you add a little too much, you can still like cut it down a little bit to certain things. You're like, all right, I went overboard on that topic. Like, let me just lower it a little bit.
Yeah, of course. You always have the power to do that.
Of course.
But, yeah.
So like, how have you seen the content creation landscape change over the past like few years and the past time you've been doing this?
I feel like I haven't been on as long to see as drastic changes as other YouTubers may have. Like started 10 years ago, like when YouTube was a baby and stuff. So, but I'm definitely seeing like the two extremes, either stupid long videos, like hour-long video analysis and essays, or super short videos, like 2-minute skits. That's kind of like the range that I'm seeing. Yeah.
Wow. No in between. Or
I know, yeah. It seems like there's not a lot of that in between. And I find it, especially because, people say our attention span is getting lower, but yet the hour-long videos, they still do really well. And I think it's because a lot of people put the videos on just like in the background. They're not actually watching it. They're just having it on while they clean or like do art. So many people in my comments say that. It's like, I'm, having it on while I do art, while I draw. And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense. Like if you're not that they're not engaging, but they're more listening. I think I definitely see podcast. That makes sense on why podcast content gets so popular. I think people don't have to spend so much time looking at it. They can just hear it, retain the information, and still go about their day.
Yeah, hopefully apply it.
Hopefully
apply the information.
Hopefully they do. But definitely either really short videos or really long videos. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's true. I've been going places, driving. I don't know. I could be talking to some people, and I'm listening on my headphones or in the radio, and I just hear it, and it's a video just playing on my phone while I'm just listening to it. And sometimes it works.
Yeah, and it definitely does. It allows you to, knock two birds out with one stone. But for the very short videos, they're right then and there. Like, very easy to digest.
The attention span is just like, oh.
Yeah, and then like people would do it in between breaks and stuff like that at work or, bathroom breaks at school or something like that. Scroll real quick. All right, let's get back to work. Gotcha. So it definitely makes sense on why there's like two extremes are there.
Right. So I just wanted to know, do you upload shorts?
I don't.
Okay.
I feel like I should though, because the YouTube analytics, like they keep giving me like, look at how shorts could help your channel. I'm like, I know. Okay, hold on.
Do it, man.
I'm gonna get there. I just don't know how yet. Okay? Like they keep harassing me about it, so I want to try. I definitely want to try.
Okay. No, I get you because like we started doing shorts a lot more because obviously TikTok didn't work out because got shadow banned and whatnot for a certain thing. I don't
TikTok.
know.
I'm not even gonna get into it. TikTok is. We were gonna actually ask you what platform do you prefer the most, but I'm pretty sure you only do YouTube if you're not doing shorts, right?
Yeah. It's only YouTube, pretty much.
I mean, that's completely fine, to be honest. And YouTube actually is honestly one of the best like platforms you could ever use at this point because TikTok, I feel like for a certain aspect, it was just a trend. Like how TikTok had to do with it was Vine and then it was TikTok, and then it was like these other platforms that just got boosted, and then it just slowly just started crashing. Yeah. So I'm just waiting to see the crash of TikTok, but TikTok is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like all this happened, but it was just like the TikTok shop. Everyone started doing like their little marketing on TikTok, and it's just like it's really easy to make money off TikTok, and I'm just like, wow, it's just. Just getting into people's attention span. My fault, and it's just really easy how to grab their attention if you know how to do it. These marketers, these big companies and whatnot. How Apple, the little thing about Apple with the bite.
Oh yeah.
So the Apple logo, it's like a bite. A bit in Apple, right? It's because of like Adam and Eve, like they bit the apple, they bit into temptation.
I did hear that.
Exactly. They bit into the temptation of the forbidden fruit, and that's like people buying the temptation to buy Apple.
Oh, their entire brand. It's wow. I think I've heard that theory, but I didn't know how what that meant for the company. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense, especially with the way people be going crazy for Apple products.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm an Android user, so I'm sorry. I gotta hate. I'm sorry. Okay.
She has a little flip.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got the flip, so you know me.
There's no wrong.
I gotta be a hater. I'm sorry.
You got
Just kidding.
You have a phone.
I use a Mac. It's okay. I'm on both teams.
Hey, listen. You know what I mean? She's rooting for both sides.
Yeah.
Of course. But
biggest paycheck wins.
Sponsors. So I was looking at that and I was just thinking to myself like, wow, this is marketing at one of its finest points. And there's another thing about marketing what they do with the prices. It's like $799, like $799, like $799.99. There you go. You know what I mean? Like it's just not adding I can do it under $700. I can do it like under $800 instead of doing it just for $800. But at the end of the day, it's just like you're gonna pay for taxes, you're gonna pay for all this,
Same
the
thing.
fees.
You want the fees? It's like, dude, you're gonna pay like $850.
Yeah,
Like, you know
price
what I mean?
anchoring is another one.
Exactly.
And what's it called higher price and then lowering it when that was the original price all along.
yeah.
Like, you're getting a deal. No, you're not. That was the original thing that they were selling it for anyway. It just
Exactly.
makes it seem like that works.
Like, I'm gonna give you a discount. And it's just like,
Stop lying.
All
buddy,
of it.
you
All
know
of
you
it
weren't
is
gonna
pretty
charge me that
much
much.
mental manipulation, but it's cool. So I'll give it a pass.
It's cool mental manipulation,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Do whatever for the bag.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%.
I will say YouTube out of everything is number one, and it will always be number one.
To me, I feel the same way.
It just
Yeah.
nothing can beat it. It's been it's been here the longest, and it hasn't had like the idea to get banned at all.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody's talking about YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
solidified.
YouTube. Yeah. It's universally loved. We all love it.
If you think about it, if YouTube were to crash, like
Oh,
just
no.
stop, like the app would just get deleted.
No.
So many, you know how many jobs would be, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, people would be searching for jobs like left and right because some people live off that.
Yeah, YouTube pays well. That's another thing too. Like out of every other app, YouTube pays really well, the shorts and the long form content. So it's like
YouTube can't go.
it can't. It doesn't need to.
It can't.
I'm about to throw hands if that
No,
happens.
man, what? Like they're gonna be like protests outside their
Oh
actual
yeah,
company.
no, I'm gonna be there too. I'm gonna be there with the biggest sign. I'm
I
like,
got
give
you.
me my paycheck back.
Oh, literally, man. What? No, it's actually really crazy though how like ever changing the algorithms for these different platforms are, and like how certain ones have different types of actually ways of bringing people in. And I just try to think about, all right, so Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. These are the top three right now that are like in my head right now. So it's like, how do you have to appeal the audience to get more money, views, content in every aspect? So do you think they're all different, or do you think it's kind of the same?
Oh yeah, they're definitely different.
Okay.
I only like mainly use YouTube. I know a little bit about TikTok. I do practically nothing about Instagram, so
okay.
I can't speak too much for Instagram. TikTok though, it definitely does work different because TikTok algorithm is insane. I want to make a whole video. I think China in particular is very good at marketing. I don't know whose team they have up there, but you guys know Temu as well.
Yeah. Temu,
And
yeah.
how that blew up the same exact way as Red Note, same exact way at TikTok. They know what they're doing up there. I need to go up there and see how they
need to
work.
study. I need to study this.
I really want to because it's like their algorithm is so unique. That's why TikTok works as well as it does. It basically almost reads the mind of the user. Like so many people on the app is like, is it just me or does it seem like my algorithm knows what I want before like I even say anything about it? Because we all know our phones are listening to us, right? So it's like you get
Yeah.
advertisements for stuff when you say stuff. People aren't even saying it anymore.
off
It
Siri.
just it just knows. Like the app just knows what you want because they basically can sense your patterns like that well.
Yeah.
Dang.
And they're very good at being able to sense that. That's how things like Shein, Temu, all these shopping platforms are so big because they're so good at recognizing those patterns. So for TikTok, once you get it, it's like you're gonna get it every
instant,
time.
yeah.
You know every single time. YouTube, I think, is a little more confusing, but with TikTok, it's consistent. Like as long as you know what they want, it'll keep it'll snowball effect the entire
Like
success.
if you like certain, let's say a certain niche, let's say cars, okay, like mechanics, and you just like one video, the algorithm's gonna be like, all right, he likes that right now. All right, so tomorrow when he logs on, send him like 50 of those
Spit it.
videos. He's gonna like every single one of those. At least 40 out of the 50 videos he's gonna like.
Exactly.
And they're like, all right, keep doing that, and they're just gonna keep feeding you. It's a dopamine feedback loop. It's amazing. I
and
love
then they'll
it. That's
fine tune
crazy.
it. They'll fine tune
Yes.
certain things that you like the most. And be like, all right, we'll concentrate it down to this type of content. It's crazy. The way their algorithm works is super crazy. Again, as much as I don't like the app, again, I
Smart.
gotta give them props. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it is different from YouTube. It definitely is different. But
Yeah.
better or worse, like I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're good at and knowing who you need to reach.
Yeah.
But yeah, different platforms are definitely very different.
Definitely do that video.
Yeah,
though.
right.
That's a crazy deep
That's
dive.
gonna be it.
I
That's
I
hey.
should.
It's gonna take a little bit,
I
but
can't wait
It
to watch
was, yeah.
that.
It's gonna take a lot of time.
I'm excited to
but
watch it too.
I want to do Temu. Like I want to do an entire deep dive on Temu because I have
Shoot,
seen
okay.
the app itself change my own shopping behaviors, which is why I don't use it anymore. So because I don't like the way they're just really good at what they do, man. China,
God.
props to China. Y'all know what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, literally, because it's like at the end of the day, we were just talking about if you like cars, all right, cool. It's gonna talk about he liked European cars more. Okay, let's talk about European cars. Matter of fact, under the European cars, he liked Volkswagen more. All right, he's gonna talk about Volkswagen. Under that Volkswagen, he liked GTIs more. Okay, we're gonna focus on GTIs more, and it's gonna go on and on and on and
no
on
stop.
and on and on.
Scroll. Time.
Literally,
time,
that's
time,
it.
time.
It
That's
is
why it does so well.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Really, really cool.
Okay, so there's another thing that's up and coming. That's already been up right now, and I just want to know your opinion. So, what do you think about the rise of AI and in content creation? Okay, let's go right there first. In content creation.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I have talked about this a little bit, actually, a few videos on my channel. I don't hate AI.
Okay.
However, I do think it could bring the death of a lot of creativity and create a bit of a dependency system for a lot of people. People already can't seem to do stuff without Chat GPT. Like they have zero. And again, I use Chat GPT too. I do.
It's my study buddy.
If you have to go running to Chat GPT for every single thing, you can't come up with any type of thought yourself. That can be dangerous. Like you can't do anything without it. Like you become very dependent on it. And for content creation, I've been seeing this a lot in like children's entertainment. I made a whole video about that too.
God.
Children's AI entertainment. It's like they put everything through the AI systems, right? It makes these nursery rhymish songs that are very simple. I mean, it's very simple to catch children's attention. So you put that through the AI, you put the song lyrics through AI makes the visuals and everything like that. You can spit an entire money-making machine with just AI.
Yeah.
I often look back at the ethicality of that all and be like, no, it's just something doesn't feel right about that. Something does not. I feel like a lot of children's shows are already soulless as it is, just cash grabs. But for you to not put any effort, any time, any thought into stuff for kids, like this is part of their development, and for you to profit off of that, I don't know. It's just something doesn't feel right about that.
You know,
It doesn't feel right at
so
all.
to talk about that, I may have tried that. So I actually tried making it wasn't about like stories in the sense of like with children development. It was more just like scary stories. So like I tried one thing. I was like, all right, cool. Let me just see what happens. So I tried it. It was just more about all right, scary story. Search up a scary story, like with a cliffhanger. You know what I mean? And it leads into the next video. You get me? So I did that, and it was just like small little pictures, like in a slideshow, and it's just like constantly just moving and moving and moving. But it's like a dark theme and whatnot. So I added a little context to it, and then I watched the video. And then I'm just like, I was just thinking, I was like, this doesn't seem like me, dude. I don't want to do this because it's just like, I don't feel authentic when I'm doing it. Yeah. It just feels so weird. So I posted it. And then,
So how'd it do though?
honestly, okay. Considering it was one of the first videos that I posted, obviously first video doesn't really do well. Of
course, yeah.
But this one, I got like 100 something views and like a good 100 likes. And I was like, wow.
Okay.
I was just
Fair
like,
enough.
wow. Okay. So then I did another video. And then why not? You know what I mean? I just want to see if it's a continuous cycle because obviously it's going to be good and bad, down slopes and whatnot. Yeah. And then it didn't do as well. It didn't do good. And I was just like, all right. I was like, and then I got very busy. And then I was just like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to set this aside because I had other things to prioritize. So then I just started prioritizing them. And then I look back at the video. I was like, this video got a lot more views. Like, and then I see 1,000. I'm like, what? It got 1,000 views? Damn. I was like, nah. So then I was like, all right, let me make another video. So I make another video. And then it did well. And then I was like, so this is how it works. They get sucked into the content. Like, it's just a loop. And I was like, maybe I should. And I was like, nah, I should continue doing this? Maybe. I don't know. So I was just in like my little headset, my whole headspace. I was just like, should I profit off this dumb way of making money? Or should I just do it quality over quantity and actually do it with an authentic, my perspective? And then I just deleted the account. And I was just like, nah, fuck that. I was like, nah, I'm gonna listen to my angels. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna go into that.
That's the thing, man. Anybody can be a millionaire if you just didn't have ethics. If you have no morals, no ethics.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what the biggest billionaire companies are. They just don't have ethics. That's how they're so rich. It's like, man, I could be so rich right now if I just didn't try to be a good person. It's so easy to be rich if you just don't care.
Honestly, that's facts.
But the more you give, the more you get. You know what I mean?
That's true. true. That's also true.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not completely against AI. I still use AI myself. My profile picture is an AI generated image of me. Like I don't.
It's
use,
really cool. I like it. I like it's fire.
I don't use AI art. That's another big conversation people have. AI art basically steals art styles from other people, so that can cause like a lot of ethical issues. But if it's just like a picture of you, it's basically like the cartoonify yourself
it's just
type
animated
thing.
in a sense, yeah.
Yeah, I just made an animated picture. I use it for editing sometimes. Like I said, that thing where it cuts out all the gaps and like the
right.
and filler words and stuff like that. I use that too. So there's nothing wrong with AI. It's just obviously the way that it's used. Just like everything in the world. I mean, technology is not inherently bad. It's the way you use it that makes it bad. So yeah, when it comes to content creation, though, it definitely does. You do kind of cross the line of like ethical or not ethical. Like, did you guys see the ad for Coca-Cola? The AI ad?
No.
Really?
There was an AI ad.
They Coca-Cola made an AI ad around December,
All right.
and everyone started flaming it on the internet because you could see that it was just inauthentic. It
Man,
was
this is
genuine,
fake.
and it's like it's not even that. It's like think about all the people whose jobs were to animate that type of stuff. They don't need them anymore if they have AI to push out this junk. So it's like. That when you cross that line, like how far are you going to go to where you start taking people's jobs and you start just pushing out soulless content?
So that leads into my next question. Do you think AI is going to take over and just eliminate so many people's jobs to the point where we can't do anything and we're just living off the government at that point?
See, yes and no.
Okay.
It depends. It depends.
Right.
And like I
Talk to
said,
me.
I talked about this in an earlier video. There was this, some guy's mail kept coming to our house. Wasn't mine, but it came to our house and it was this magazine, like this business magazine that was talking about AI, right? And I read through it and like I said, made a video about it because I was interested in it. And I read through it and it was like, AI isn't going to take over your jobs. You just have to know how to use it right. So
Heard that too.
yeah, so they talk about how like, oh, you can have AI you can use AI to help you like write a business plan, right? It's like, you can use AI to do this stuff. So see, it's not going to take your job. I'm like, yeah, but what about the people who used to write the business plans? It's taking their jobs.
Exactly.
So what about them? So basically, it'll profit the CEOs and the billionaires who are already set. But the people who do these jobs themselves, I mean, there is a chance that it can take a lot of jobs. I don't know how rapidly, like I don't know how quick that's going to happen. But the idea that things like writing, right? AI can do that very easily. Writing, art, content, and creation, stuff like that. More like the creative jobs, I think. Those, I think, are most likely going to be the ones who are taken over by AI first. Because, I mean, just like with the Coca-Cola ad.
Gotta watch that.
Just search it up. You'll know. You'll see it. You'll know it when you see it.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna realize it
won't look
real
natural.
Is it really that like noticeable?
See, at first glance, no. But when you sit there, a lot of people say it gives them uncanny valley, like that looking at the faces and like that doesn't look natural. So like you'll know it when you see it after a little bit.
Okay, in that sense, then I guess if the video didn't do well. You know what I mean? So they must have, from the information they retained from that, they would have had to like, all right, we actually need our animators to come in here and actually put that work in because the quality that they're giving out is way better than the quality AI is giving out.
Yeah, I think they made another ad and it was made
Way
regularly.
exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the comments were like, at least this one isn't made by AI.
Like
So-
someone put work into this.
Yeah.
They didn't just
Yeah.
press enter.
So
You know what I mean?
it's like yes and no. It may take people's jobs, but I am curious as to how the customers and other people will respond to that. Like, will they actually tolerate that, or are they going to be like, "This is trash. Like, just have somebody do it yourself." So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's a good answer because they don't work the same way as a human does.
Yeah.
And when they start to notice that, okay, we're not getting the same amount of numbers, we're not getting paid the same amount as our creators are creating these things, they're like, let's get rid of AI. Let's not do it anymore.
Yeah.
And the people, like the criticism, the roasting, the hate.
Yeah, they're not gonna take that after a while.
They won't.
They're not gonna let
so
that
I feel
slide.
like the viewers are probably not gonna let them take over that easily.
Yeah, so maybe in the very beginning, but after a while, they're going to see that it's not. It could never replace a human. So
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually really cool. Honestly, I really like that topic because it drums up a lot of people's opinions. And it's
Yeah, it does.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, you have people on both sides all the
yeah.
time. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's fine. It's like no, it's that. It's like it's interesting seeing people kind of like split between the two. So
So your most recent video, you talked about body positivity for women, correct?
yes,
Okay.
Oh.
I was talking about issues in putting an emphasis on women's bodies, and that's probably what's causing the body image issues to begin with, because you're constantly you're constantly just putting an emphasis on something, and something in psychology, it's called the pink elephant paradox. If you've ever heard of that, don't think of the pink elephant. If you ever have heard that little trick, but it's basically just suppression. It's like you're putting emphasis on something, and now you're telling yourself not to think about it. So the more you try to suppress it, it's like it doesn't matter. You've already said something about it, so it's just going to come back up. It's the reason why you don't tell somebody, "Hey, don't look down while you're like climbing a mountain or something like that." It's like, well, now they're going to look down. Like, just don't say anything about it.
Exactly. You don't know, and if they do look down, they're like, guys, it's like, look up. Just look up the whole time.
It's like don't say anything. So I feel like it's a very similar principle with women's bodies, because you keep telling yourself, oh, don't think about what other people tell you. Don't think about the fact that you don't look like all the other women on stage and women in magazines. I'm like, well, now you're just putting an emphasis on their body that they probably wouldn't have had in the first place. Right. So I know, and of course, there's so much more around the conversation and nuance. I'm not saying that's the solution, period, but it is something that I have noticed is becoming more prominent in like with the body positivity movement and stuff.
Right.
Wow.
Well, honestly, I actually wanted to talk about that, but for men, because we did talk about that a little bit.
A little bit, we did.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you have any experience about that, Chilla?
I mean, there is times, especially at the gym.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
But it's not as severe as other people. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely wouldn't get it. Like, it doesn't get to me. It doesn't get to me as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, it's the opposite for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I was I did not look like how I did in high school. Obviously, we all don't. What's it called? We all changed a lot. So I was actually a little I was overweight for sure. And then I guess it was just this like shift where it was just like, dude, do something. Just get up and get active. You know what I mean? And I've always enjoyed like sports, like doing things, like having fun. Like even if it's just going outside, it's the best. My favorite thing to do is just going outside, like playing volleyball, like racquetball, pickleball, any type of sport. Like just going outside, like because we grew up like just being outside. We weren't really on our electronics as much.
Yeah, this is foreign to us.
Exactly, but it's still like we use it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, going back to that, I had big body dysmorphia, honestly. I everyone be like, bro, you dropped so much weight. I'm like, I don't see it, honestly. I still see, what I'm saying, that big dude, you know what I mean? But after seeing the pictures, I'm like, oh wow. So there kind of was a change. Yeah, you know what I mean? You dropped a lot of weight, but to me right now, I still feel like I'm overweight. Like obviously.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like, I look in the mirror, I'm just like, damn, bro, like gotta drop like 30 more pounds. Like, come on, you got this. And I keep telling myself, all right, bro, you dropped 5. All right, cool. All right. And then you eat like a high protein meal, and then it's just like, man, you just gained like 4 pounds. Like, come on, dude. Like, what's wrong with you? But then at the end of the day, it's just like you're gaining muscle, but also trying to lose the weight at the same time. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you can't tell what you're losing and what you're gaining. You don't know if you're getting fat or you're getting muscle. Yeah. So that's where you had to come into play with your diet and your restrictions and whatnot. And that's honestly one thing that has been a very big problem with a lot of people is just their diets, because diet is pretty much 80% of like your body, you know what I mean? And 20% is working out. Yeah. Like if you go to the gym at least 4 times a week, you focus on either high intensity workouts and you get a good burn going. If that's what you're trying to lose weight, of course. Of course. And you should be good. And then on that other end, if you're eating right, if you have a diet plan and you're following through with it, that will work out. And honestly, that's what I've been doing, and it's been going well, because I've been the longest I've been in the gym for like in one session would be like a good 3.5 hours, and I was dying. Wow. Like it was terrible. But I did it with my boy, and this was in high school because we had like more time. But now it's just like school, work, doing what we're doing. It's a lot. Yeah. So obviously, now we're limited, but it's okay though, because we're still getting our hour and a half, hour 45 in there, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah. He looks at me.
Yeah.
We both go.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So which one was more important for you? Gaining muscle or losing weight?
Oh, losing weight.
Losing weight.
Yeah. Because
so did you not care? You don't care to build muscle. You just want to look slimmer.
So, okay. Matter of fact,
she got you thinking.
No, she got me.
That major's getting
to. Okay. So honestly, I like gaining muscle, but when I was bigger, it was more about like the fat muscle that I had. Because if you're bigger, you can move more weight because you have that, that excess mass.
Right.
But when I started losing the mass, I felt like I was losing muscle, but at the end of the day, I was losing the fat.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I was just like, dang, so I need to gain more muscle. So after a certain point where I kind of plateaued in like losing weight, I guess, I was just like, all right, let's focus on muscle a little bit more than losing weight, because I'm still going to be losing weight, but it's just less intense than it would be gaining muscle. Right. So I kind of focus on gaining muscle a lot more than losing weight, but I still try to incorporate both at the end of the day, because I still try to do cardio at the end of the workout, because that's when you're most tired and you burn more.
Right.
So yeah, you know what I mean? It was very difficult, I will say, but we're still moving, you guys.
Yeah.
We're still trying. But you know, honestly, I would advise like having a workout buddy. That's always amazing, because they push you to your limits,
Keep you accountable.
Exactly. They're like, why are you not doing it? I got you, dog. They're like, why are you not doing more? It's like, I know you can do more. You're like, yeah, but no, I don't care about the but no, bro, dude, give me 10 more, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know you can. You just don't want to, because you're not being pushed. It's a mental game. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's normally, and it's those type of stories, I think, for men that you don't hear about a lot.
Right.
I think, because I mean, I think it is fair to say that I feel like there's a lot of negative perspectives pushed on women for their body types, especially because, you know, historically our looks was like the most important for us when it came to, you know, getting married and stuff like that. So of course that's always a thing. But then you start to overshadow a lot of the issues that men may have, which is what I'm you know, working on right now, trying to post this video, is on that perspective, because me, as not only a woman, obviously, I can't tell what it's like for a man, what body dysmorphia and what that looks like for a guy. But also, I personally just have never really had body image issues ever. So when I look at these in this perspective, I try to look at it purely psychologically. Like, what you know, what is it that causes men to feel like they constantly have to bulk up or lose certain weight or stuff like that? And why, specifically the video I'm trying to make is, why is there not a body positivity movement for men? Or do you feel like there is? Do you see content like surrounding men when it comes to, hey, your bodies are great, your bodies are fine? Because for me, when I think body positivity movement, even when you search it up, it's mainly women who are in that space. So do you feel like there is enough of that conversation for men?
I feel like there is a small amount, but it's mostly like not content based. It's more of just like in person. It's more like in-person talk, because if you ask Pablo right now, when I'm in the gym and like, I talk to people like, man, I'm trying to look like you, this and that. I'm like, no, bro, I want you to be better than me. You know what I mean? I want you to be better. I don't want you to look like me, because I don't feel great. I don't feel good about myself. What do you mean, dude? You know what I'm saying? You're big, you're stocky. I'm like, okay, but that's not my goal. You get me? Like, that might be your goal. And if that is your goal, I'll definitely like let you know what workouts to do, what certain things to try on and to get you at that point. But when it comes to like me personally, like I feel positive about my body. I don't feel positive about my body. I don't. I feel like I have a big journey to go through, and I'm still like, I'm climbing the mountain a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting there.
In the roller coaster, you're climbing up a little bit. I'm going slowly but surely. And when I get to that peak where once I see my muscles more defined in the aspect of like, you lost weight, man, that's amazing. And it's just, there's a certain point one of my goals is really to, just to get pictures of me having abs. And that's just one goal. I feel like if you ask any guy that, they're like, yeah, I want to just have the picture like, oh yeah, I had abs. But then it's just like, and then I just want to focus on just getting strong and just getting big.
Keep them.
Because maintaining them it's terrible. It's so bad.
Really?
Because it depends. It depends on your metabolism and how your body takes certain foods and whatnot.
That's true.
Because if you work on core a lot, like I work on core, and like you can see like where the abs are gonna come in, but it's just like you have that layer of fat and whatnot, and it's just like burning that layer, because burning right above your, okay, let me phrase it. Their lower part of your stomach is the hardest place to burn the fat. Because I had dropped weight, because one summer I was just literally playing outside basketball nonstop, and I could see like, wow, dude, you lost weight, but it's just like you need to form the core. You get me? And it's just like that one little part. Every single guy has that problem with burning that last little piece of fat, and it's at the bottom of their stomach. And it's the worst feeling ever, where you see like your muscles perfect, everything, and you just see that little piece of fat, and you're just like, oh, I'm like, dang it, bro. And it defeats you. It's like a weight holding you down, and you're trying your hardest to stay up, but you're just getting dragged down.
Like, you did so much work, and there's still that one piece
Yeah,
that just
and
won't
it's
go.
like you just keep trying and trying, but it's just like, you keep getting dragged down, and it's terrible. But the more you do it, the more consistency. Like you said in content creation, you're more consistent, quality over quantity, and you're good. Don't worry about it.
And so I feel like you're kind of a part of the minority when it comes to men, because you said you're more focused on like losing weight,
right?
And a lot of guys, from my understanding, severely, like they want to build their abs and stuff like that, but they want to build like a lot of muscle. They want to be like these super big, jacked guys. And I want to know what does that, like, if you were to, when you achieve that body type, what exactly does that mean to you? Like, what does achieving that, what is that going to do for you as far as your contentment with yourself?
So I feel a lot better about myself because I had a goal. I reached my goal, and it just shows that like you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
So do you feel more valuable because you've reached that goal, or just because you've had that body?
I feel more valuable because I reached that goal, and a little bit because I got the body now. Because you know what I mean? It's just like once you get to your goal, it's like, all right, enjoy it. You know what I mean? But then, so after I get to that goal, I'm going to just be focused on just getting stronger now. Because like after like, all right, cool, had my abs, you know what I mean? I know I can do that. You know what I mean? Once I visually see it, I'm like, all right, I can do that. I know I can. And like I go back to just, having a little bit, you know what I mean? And just not focusing on core as much and just focusing on building muscle as much, then I'm going to be more satisfied with myself, because it's just like, all right, cool, you beat this plateau, you beat your goal. Now you can just, just focus on just cruising and just building your more muscle. Because after that, I'm just like, what am I going to do after I get to this goal?
Yeah.
Find another goal. You know what I mean? Like either, because after I want to focus on like, combat and like getting into fighting. After I get to that certain like range where I know I can do this and that, I can get abs, I can, focus on building my muscle. Then I want to focus on actually like, combat. Because yesterday we went to
everything was happening yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was a crazy day. In the F building in the gym. So there was a lot of stuff going on. Intramurals. We had cardio. We worked out. It was amazing. And then there was this one class. It was like a self-defense class. It was like karate, taekwondo, and she had boards. And so she had like breakable boards. So next thing you know, I see her. I'm like, hey, and she goes, "Do you want to break a board?" I'm like, yeah. I don't know. It's just like. For me, it's just like, oh, I want to see how strong I am. Because last time I did taekwondo, I was like 10 years old. So I was just like, let's see how my muscles have developed to the point. Because I do like, hit the bag a little bit. I do box a little bit, but that's just because it's a really good cardio, as well as just jump roping for like 15 minutes. That's all you need, guys.
Yeah, facts.
No, seriously. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, so like we broke the boards, and then after the board breaks, it splits into half. They might have like a bigger side at the end and a smaller end, right? Yeah. So then I asked her, I'm like, yo, can I break the bigger end again? And she's like, it's usually not advised. She said you can try. I'm like, all right, cool. She said you need to be a little more fast than you do because you don't have a support beam on the other end,
right.
on the other end, of course. So I was like, okay. So I said, I tried it once.
Didn't break.
It didn't break. I was like, okay, so I need to be more fast. So I need to like just, So then next thing you know, the second time,
clean,
it broke. And I was like, okay. Because he held it like this, and it was just like it was this big, and it was a little bit wider.
Right.
So then he held it from the bottom, and I had to hit the top. Or like the bottom middle. And then next thing you know, so I hit the bottom middle and half of this side just went off. I was like, huh?
Nice, broke it again.
Yeah, I broke it again. And then I did the same thing with his board. Because I was like, I wanted to do it again.
Yeah.
and it felt so good because, I can break a board. And the instructor.
I'll be honest, I didn't think I was going to break it.
Really?
You gotta have more confidence, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Have some more confidence in yourself.
See, this is the thing. You guys are talking about the physical and body. For me, it's more the mental. Because
okay.
I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to my self-esteem, it's probably like the worst thing I have about me. Because there'll be times where he's like at the gym, he's like, "Oh shit, you got a bit of muscle, like flex for me," and I'm like, I don't really be doing that. Like I don't see it. I don't want to believe it either. So that's
like what I'm saying. Thing. Seeing and believing is different, dude. You have to that's what I'm saying. Like once I get to the point where I can see my abs, I'm like, all right, cool, goal done. You know what I mean? I took pictures. All right, I know I can do it.
Yeah.
But for you, it's just like I know you can grow the muscle. You just need to be eating like what did my brother say?
Eat a cow daily.
Eat a cow daily. Okay, man. You need to eat I actually talked to my physical therapist about that. I actually talked to her about you, and she was like, yeah, he needs to eat a lot because whatever. No, literally, bro. Like in a good way. She's like, yeah, that's actually, because you know how you told me that someone told you, like, don't work out? Yeah, she told me, she's like, that's bullshit. What the fuck? No, I need you to work out. You need to work out. You need to eat a lot, like almost 2 to 3 times as many calories as you already intake now, so you can get the physique that you want and actually have the muscle and protein to build that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can do that. I know you can.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be with you on this journey because I really want to see this progress, and I can't wait to see it, man.
I can't wait too. But eating a cow daily, I will say I've been getting a lot more sick because of it.
I know,
But
you gotta push through it, man.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Do you feel? So you said you have low self-esteem. Is it because of your body and the way that you're not happy with the way that it looks?
Nah, I'll be completely honest. Like, yes, I go to the gym, to look good, but it's not my main focus. Main focus to like, get my mind right.
Okay, so for you, it's like it's a mental rock for you. Like when I go to the gym, I feel like, again, kind of like he was saying, a goal. Like
Yeah.
get that goal. It doesn't matter if you have like a huge 6-pack or something like that. It's at the end of the day, you go there and you feel better that you've at least done something productive.
Yeah, productive, something to make me the person I wasn't before I got into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I go in, I leave. Sometimes I don't even want to come. Like Matthew texts me, he's like, "Yo, Jim." I'm like, bro, he texted me. But at times I'm
He
like,
don't even look at the message. He's like, I can't. He just sees the G. He's like, dang it.
And then I go, and then when I leave, I feel great. I feel like, man, sometimes we leave late. We leave the gym late.
We'd be in there like, so look, honestly, when I'm working out with someone, the only thing I just don't want is to slow me down. When I'm going, don't slow me down. Listen, I'm going to show you how to do the form, but I need you to be on it. Don't slow me down, because at the end of the day, we're trying to get in and get out. But sometimes we just talk. And sometimes those talks are just like very deep and like they're needed. Because, you know how like a lot of people, they just have their deep talks like when they're like alone and like with someone, right? I usually have those conversations when I'm with certain people and like in the gym, because they can be talking about something that like has been going on in their life. I'm like, listen, we can talk about it for sure, but don't let that distract you from the grind, because I need you to stay focused. But also when it's not your set and I already went, bro, we usually take like a minute and a half break in between sets. So, talk, like, let me know what's going on. All right, cool. And then we talk about it, and it's like a therapy session in a way, but we're still working out. So we're still locked in, but we're not distracted from our goals that we're doing right now.
No, that's actually, I'm so glad you brought that up, because in my video talking about the male body positivity movement and why I don't think that there is one is mainly because men have this, generally speaking, I feel like men have this transactional thought process with themselves and just in general. So you know how, it's said that like men are, like, they're not as vulnerable, right? They're not as vulnerable. They may not have the same level of emotional intelligence as women. And I went to the psychological of this and, why that is and stuff like that. But you saying that, you guys are a lot more vulnerable with each other and other people in the gym, right? Like, that's your safe space. Do you think is that because a lot of other men might have issues being vulnerable, that they go to the gym to kind of compensate for that, for not being able to truly look at themselves in the gym being the only way they feel like they can improve themselves?
So I'm going to say 2 things. I do agree with that, because the gym is our safe space. It's our little safe haven, because we're there to become better, and we're there with people who want to see us and want to see themselves get better. And there's no judgment. There's no judgment. And we just feel like, all right, we're at home, and like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like when we're working out and I see someone doing a bad form, like you can ask him, like, I'm always like, hey bro, here, are you doing great? But I just want to show you one thing that's probably going to feel way better. I show it to them, and then after they hit a set, they're like, oh my gosh, bro, thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, man, come on now. We're here to get better, man, of course. And then you just make connections like that. So then that, like, they just are like, oh, every time I see him, he's like, oh, he's a cool ass guy. He showed me how to do this and that. And like, if they ever need help, like, oh, I need a spot, all right, like ask him, like I'd go to across the other side of the gym just to help them do that. And then I'd come back and hit my set. So it's just like, I try to help people as much as possible, because I was once at that point. And if I would have had what I'm helping people, if I would have had someone to help me like that, which I did, it was you know, to a certain extent, then I would have been more like happy to go to the gym without being like scared of like, oh, what people are going to think of me. I'm like, no, bro, listen, don't worry about anyone, bro. We're all here to get better. Mm-hmm. We're all here because, like I said, we want to get better. We want to show off in the sense of like, yeah, I did this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's a goal. It's a mindset. It's a way of thinking that it just helps you be more productive. And after you're done at the gym, you feel so good. Like ask him, you feel so good that you did something, and you see people that you talk to, you have a great conversation with, you guys have a good laugh. And like I said, it's like a therapy. So after you're done with that, you're like, all right, now I'm doing life. All right, let's continue the life. You know what I mean? But it's just, you feel better. You feel good because you got physical activity in. Physical activity is great for the brain, is it not?
Endorphins.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So like, you knowing that, it's just like, dang, you feel this amazing like energy, this amazing chemical after you work out, and you see people that want to see the best of you, for you and of you. Mm-hmm. It's just like it's motivating. It's just like, all right, I can't wait to come back tomorrow.
So it's a really positive space.
Yes, great space. So positive.
What do you guys think about people who say otherwise? That like things like the gym. So depending on how chill you guys are about this, like toxic masculinity has been a really huge conversation that has come up, and I've been seeing a lot of people saying like men who want to get bigger, like grow their muscles and stuff like that. And that also might be a part of that, because it's like traditionally, right, guys who build more muscle, I think a lot of people say that that's them trying to like display dominance or something like that. And so therefore it can make certain aspects of the gym toxic. I feel like it really just depends on the person who goes there. And I don't know if it's fair to say that all men who want to go to the gym and bulk up are immediately these like sexist, misogynist, self-absorbed people who gym rats who just like want to get big just to feel better than everyone else.
I'm gonna say one.
Yeah. How do you? No. I just want to know how you guys feel about that. Do you feel like there are men in that space who do act that way for people who go?
Can I
the
speak
gym?
first?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go.
Because I see myself, and I don't see myself as one of those gym heads. No offense, Matthew, but people go to you because one, you work at the gym and you go to the gym. Me, they look at me and you're like, okay, he's here, he's trying to get better, we don't need to ask him nothing. Okay, so what I feel is, one, when we ask for help, one, it's good to ask for help, but two, it is kind of building their ego a lot.
Is that good or bad, do you think?
My opinion, I don't even know, because it's good that they're willing to help, but at the same time, it's like, you're going to help me because you think you're the shit.
Okay. So is it going back to that transactional thing that I was saying? Like, I'm going to help you because you make me feel better about myself? Do you feel like, do you get that type of vibe from a lot of guys who may help you?
Well, this is the thing. Matthew helps me, but I know Matthew to like that level. Like I know him like since day one.
Not him.
Okay. No. For the public, I had to make that clear.
Not him. But like, has there been a time? Do you go to the gym by yourself, or is it just with him?
Well, I've gone to the gym by myself, but I haven't really like asked anybody because he regularly like tell me what to do, and I would have him like locked in the dome.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but like if there was like a new exercise that he's not in, I would try my best to ask some certain people.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And usually that comes with, making connections at the gym, with making friends. Like, there's a lot of people that go to the gym that are exercise majors. So it's just like, I make friends with them, and then I see what they're doing. And I ask them, hey, so like, why do you do this and that? Like, what does that help you? So me personally, I ask questions because I want to get educated. So if they're not there at the time and I see someone doing that, I can educate them, but not in a way that downgrades them.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want that. I don't want them like, you're weak, let me show you how to do it. It's like, no, bro, that's not how you, because that's going to get them in the mindset. It's like, damn, bro, I shouldn't come here anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I don't want that. I want to see you here more. I'm so happy that you're here. Like, come on, let me show you. And the thing is, I was like, yeah, you're gonna. So I tell them a form. It's like, yeah, you're gonna put your shoulders in a little bit more. You're gonna feel a little bit more like stress on your shoulders, but it's okay. But blah blah blah. So, anyways, I'm trying to teach them the form so they don't hurt themselves and they can better themselves. And I want to be an open space so they can ask me questions, because I'm like, listen, I'm never gonna hate on you because you're in here. You're trying to get better. I was in here before. I needed to get better. I'm still trying to get better. And you know what I mean? It's just like, I always help people if I can, no matter what, because I don't like seeing like people get downgraded, because I've seen people that do that, and I'm just like, hey, quick, I have a conversation. I'm like, hey man, can you show me this form? Like, yeah, I got you. Just like, ooh, I wanna, like, but I'm just like, you know what? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You have a good day. All right. He's like, yeah, you too, man.
There's definitely a difference though, because I've like on social media, people. Okay, I'm gonna show you the form. switches to their regular weight and then do it. Matthew, he goes. It don't even matter what the weight is. He'll still show you how the form is.
Does that, yeah.
Like,
and you think the people who are switching it out are just to show you, like,
I got this.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, it hurts because it's just like, I know what you're doing. Why are you doing it? If you were in their position, how would you feel? It just hurts, really.
But you guys don't see a lot of people like that. It's normally like a pretty positive space for you guys.
Yeah.
It's just a minority of guys who may act that way.
Yeah,
It's definitely
it also depends like the gym you go to as well, because it got to a point where we actually recently, this happened like during our break that we just recently had. We went to Crunch, and I honestly had one of my worst experiences I've ever gone to a gym at that day, because there was a lot going on. So the machines that I needed were taken, because I'm already relying on the ones that I already hear, and I know how to applicate the workouts for those machines. And there were some at the gym that were just, that were different, and you got to get accustomed to. You got to get. So I tried to make the best what was available to me, and it was just hard because I saw all these like big, dudes, and all hear me, they're just over here screaming and stuff. They want their attention, man. I'm just like, dude. Okay, that's cool, but it's just like, you need to, like, I understand if I were to talk to them, maybe they, you know what I'm saying, just looks can be deceiving, of course.
That's true. Yeah.
Exactly. So maybe if I talk to them, they're gonna be such a friendly person, like I am in that sense. But then again, it's just like there's still that fear of just like, dude, they still could be dicks. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you're gonna feed their ego, and you don't want to do that, but you want to learn the form. So that's why I try to be the opposite of that. But still, so we went there. It was an okay workout. There was a lot of noise going around. There was a lot of stuff going around. I was getting overstimulated a lot, and I was just like, dude. I asked him, bro. I wasn't not in my zone. I had one headphone now, and usually when I have one headphone out, I'm usually like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? Like saying hi to people, trying to make friends. But usually everyone's just like, just listening. I'm just like trying. I don't know why. I was just so alert, and I couldn't focus. And he noticed. He's like, dude, you've never been like this ever before. We've gone to like a few gyms. Like you're not like this. And it was just so difficult because there was a lot going on, and I couldn't like just wrap my head around everything. So literally, we were just trying to work out, and then once we finished the workout, I was just like, let's just go, dude. Like I was just feeling so down.
The vibes were just
it
off.
just wasn't it, because I saw like all these guys trying to intimidate everyone. It's just like, dude, I don't like this vibe. That's why I prefer going to a smaller gym where you can make actual meaningful connections with people instead of just going to like a big recreational gym like that and like Crunch and stuff like that. It's just like, dude, you go for
Not saying Crunch is a bad gym, just saying that you need to go at the right time.
Of course not. Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, and that's the aspect of like toxic masculinity that people talk about. It's like guys who kind of act in that manner and are only using their size as a way to intimidate other people and like assert dominance, like alpha male type stuff or whatever.
Yeah, it's just so bad because it's just like, if someone were to talk to me, like I may look big, they're like, oh my God, you're so big. I'm just like, bro, I'm a fucking teddy bear, dog. Like you talk to me, bro, I'm gonna talk to you like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? Like I'm so open. Exactly. I'm a hugger, I'm not just like yeah, man. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Come here, man. I don't like being so negative to people because you never know what they're going through. You don't know if they're having a bad day and you just made their day because you gave them a compliment and they're gonna have a good day in the gym. Boom. Yeah. Just like that. It's a lot of things that come into play when people having a bad days or good days.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's really good to know as somebody who doesn't visit. We don't visit the gym as often. I would like to start going, but I don't go to the gym as often. And like I said, I don't really have any image issues with myself. So I think it's really nice to see it from people who may have had image issues in the past, and also just from men. Because even if I was a woman with body positivity or body image issues, I still wouldn't be able to, understand what that's like for a man and have to go through that, because I think for a lot of people the argument is that men don't have it in the same way. And like, again, even if it may not be as prevalent as women's body issues, I still feel like it's important to talk about for a lot of guys who are going through it and may not know that there's other people going through the same issues. And they just kind of keep it to themselves type of thing. So that's really good to know.
All right. I mean, I'm glad we talked about this, because a lot of, like we said, this isn't really talked about a lot. And
definitely.
I'm glad to have you on here. It's been amazing. We glad this has been an amazing podcast. Honestly, it's been a really good episode. I really enjoyed this.
Banger.
I'm enjoying myself.
You know what I mean? Guys, listen, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to download if you're on Spotify and give it a 5-star rating, you guys. All right. And I just wanted to say, you want to plug your your
YouTube.
your YouTube and whatnot, so they can
I'm
check out your videos?
Kaysaja, Kaysaja on YouTube. You will see an anime girl.
Of course. So make
That's
sure
my
you guys,
profile picture.
subscribe, like, comment, do everything over there as well as you do over here. You
Links
know what I
down
mean?
in the description.
Of course. All right, you guys. It's been Matt,
It's been Chillo.
It's been Kaysaja.
and we'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace.
Peace.